Today's been a lot windier than I expected, which has been a problem for me because I decided to just throw all my art stuff in the car and just lug it up here and sort it out. And got a bunch of stuff here. I'll make another video with the camera rotated to show my art. For now, what do I have to say about life? These are interesting times. In fact, the most interesting of my life. So many things have happened over the past 2 weeks, this year, but at the end of last year, I had a crisis where all the trauma in my life suddenly compounded, and I saw how it all fit together. Pervasive pattern, and everything all of it just intersected at once, and it killed me. I had to cooperate with the physical feeling of dying for about 2 weeks. That's what it was like. But I knew that I had to do it because that is the only way to rebuild. I think Nietzsche said, like, how can a man turn into fire if he was not first made ash? Something like that. So basically, you got to come to the end of yourself. Anyway, so a new journey began at the beginning of this year, and it culminated recently, and now it's the opposite of the massive trauma. It's the mass of themes and recurring events and what they mean and their purpose. And it feels like my vision is clear. Like I can see the path. I can perceive the meaning and purpose in things and the beauty in things. And I guess the confidence that I have in this perception is that whatever lies ahead, it's not scary because I see every obstacle as a doorway. Every battle with monsters and toxic people, just a repeat of the same types of events in the past, only this time I know how to respond to them. Anyway, I won't get into all of that, what's been happening. It's so intense, but it's real. It's real. It's not just weird coincidences. This is like supernatural stuff. And all the signs and synchronicities and prophetic symbols that I really try to make sense out of and try to interpret. They just keep getting deeper in retrospect because I see how more layers of a symbol, could be a song, an image, or music videos have played a role. A lot of different stuff. But I'm getting really cold right now. And I don't really have anything specific to say, but I need to get back into recording my stuff. And no more writing. No more trying to write Facebook posts and having them turn into essays. I gotta just let the words flow. And someday I'm gonna write a book. But I gotta take a long break and rest my brain for a bit. And anyway, I'm gonna get going. I'll show my art stuff later on when it's not gonna all blow away. I'm wondering, I think to do some story times for future videos, because the stories that are kind of unfolding in my life just keep getting more and more interesting, and I think they're worth telling. And I think I used to feel self-conscious because I would, it would seem like, I think my life is so fascinating that I want everybody to know about it. But it fucking is, and it's not, it makes me happy, and having a good story is a good way to connect with people. So those are my thoughts for this blustery day. Flashback to Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day. I've forgotten about that movie. That's a good one. Wind is, I don't know if I would call that the, what do you call them, element at play here. I think that the past couple weeks, very strong sense that it was water, primarily, and so I tried to make choices based on the principles of ease and letting things go, rather than going and battling. You gotta switch tactics. And I wonder what's going to come next. I think water has been the primary element of this whole year. But everything is just changing, and it's so dynamic that trying to tell anyone, here's what happened, and here's what I learned, and here's I can't. I have to stop talking. I have the rest of my life to share what I've learned. But for now, I'm just going to. I'm in the rebirth stage, and my brain right now, because I understand I guess you could say, psycho-spiritual process and neurology and psychedelic experiences. I'm not on psychedelics, but I am in the state of the doors of perception being open. And when that happens, your brain, at least in my case, I know that right now my brain is more malleable, so I have a chance to sort of rewire the neurons, maybe in gradual ways, not like just a complete reset like tripping often does. At least at the first, few times I did it. But right now I have the chance to set the stage for who I want to be, what kind of person I want to be, what I value, what I fill my time with, what hobbies do I prioritize, I went to go visit Nicholas. What sort of things do I need to do to create the life that I want, a life that is happy. And it's been a long time since I could say I was happy. I might feel good for a bit, but there's always something gnawing at the back of my mind. It's not really right now, but by happy, I mean just the ability to just sink into the moment and just know that there's nothing to fear, nothing to worry about. And I have a lot of baggage to keep that fear going just under the surface. Yeah, anyway, so coming up on the anniversary of my slip into hell's waiting room and down the rabbit hole, and I think I finally reached the bottom right around the same time that the journey got started. I came up here, I met a girl, got her number, so excited. Cracking my skull kind of complicated that process. But yeah, I think that the journey isn't a straight line, it's a spiral. You keep coming back to things you've already experienced and understand them for the first time. And so now, to me, Bear's Den, it's like a part of my story. It's not just you know, cool place to hang out. Oh, it's nice. No, I mean, there's a story connected to it. And all the different events in my life just really feel like there's a thread connecting them, you know, and like just themes, and you just kind of see the whole picture, and it just doesn't seem like everything's just chaos and bullshit all the time. And then you kind of question yourself. You're like, dare I actually trust this? I don't want to get into manic delusion where I'm making connections where there aren't any, but I'm not. Been there, done that. But even in my manic mystical states, some of the events and symbolism just got even more prophetic. Like, I was like, holy shit, that synchronicity that I thought kind of symbolized just, you know, one or two things, it's like it ends up being like 8 different things, and they're all related. And anyway, that's all I'm going to say for now. I'm going, and gotta get back to just documenting life, however imperfect it is. And think of my videos not as, I think, a production or with a message or just showing off how cool I am and doing all sorts of cinematography stuff. No, I think it's I get self-conscious because if I just go on a stream of consciousness, like I picture somebody clicking on it because they bring up a topic, and then it's just like me just going on and on about something, and so, but my ego still exists, but it no longer controls my life, and I see how having that false sense, that false self that is the ego, is a shield, you know, to protect you. And it keeps you from being real. And the conversations I have with people everywhere I go, just in the store and on the street, like, it's crazy. The change is very, very big, and people like talking to me, and you know, I offer people encouragement and listen to them, and I like making people happy and let them know that I want to talk to them. I'm not just being polite. Still an introvert. Still got to recharge, but simply interacting with people in public doesn't raise my heartbeat or cortisol levels like it used to. So I am going to try to decompress when I get home. I need a little bit of settle down. And anyway, so what I was going to say is, I'm just, you know, if I'm going to make a video, I'm just going to pretend like I'm talking to a friend. Hello, friend. How are you? I hope you're well. You know? Just be goofy and silly and all that jazz. Anyway, campers. Tonight the night that I go into the woods and start throat singing. At some point I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it right now, but I recently realized that it has been 6 months since I began to throat sing, and I kind of calculated the amount of hours that I probably did, and you know, based on how freaking much I was doing it, like if I was awake, I was doing it for like 2 months, and in 6 months I've gotten in about 1,000 hours. And at first I was like, man, am I just sort of fat? No, I went back and it could be a lot higher than that, but in that ballpark, kind of crazy. You know, if you take up a hobby like singing, like just for the average person, or just any new hobby, and you spend an hour every day for an entire year, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's dedication. Not crazy, but that's something to be proud of. I got something to be more proud of than that. You do that for a year, you'll have 365 hours. In half that time, I got 1,000. And it's not perfect, but sometimes it clicks, sometimes I do it, it's just not working. I'm coming out of the habit, so. I go hard or I go home. Either I do something really intensely or I just don't do it. So once I stop thirsting, I stop. We're gonna go into the lodge, sit down for a minute. I'm gonna go ask those people if they have a hot dog. I'm really hungry right now. Anyway, bye-bye.